All right.
Well, good morning and welcome to yet another Thursday episode. Nothing more pleasurable than opening your eyes and realizing that every day God gives us a chance to try again.
Yes, so a new day, another chance to love, to smile, to just live. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another refreshing Thursday edition of Wake Up Nigeria.
Now, I'm hoping it's going to be a great Thursday because I haven't had the best of Wednesdays. I didn't have the best of Wednesdays yesterday because my network has been off since 2 p.m. yesterday up until now. I'm sure a lot of people across the country are also, or maybe Lagos, are also experiencing something like that because I thought by the time I get to work, it'll be better. But no, bucket zero, nothing.
What color is your network?
It's one of the greens.
Ah! I thought you were going to fall for that one. But 1 hour, 45 minutes to go. Don't worry, you're not going to be on your phone. You're going to be with us. It's going to help your mood. My name is Titilaya Oyinson.
And of course, my name is Mazino Appeal. Stream the show live at tvcentertainment.tv and on Facebook at TVC Connect. You can also catch us live on GOTV Channel 24 and UHF Channel 49.
All right, the TVC app remains available for download for both Android or iOS. All of you people that have ported.
I know, right?
Loads of old episodes are available on YouTube. Just look for TVC Entertainment.
Let's not forget, somebody from the local government area in Imo State who wants to join us. I think Port Harcourt, actually. Mr. Mazi Mike Mesekano. How you doing, man?
How's it going?
Who's from Imo State? Hi guys, doing good morning. It's great to be here on a Thursday morning. I hope everybody is doing fine. Of course, the strike, there are 2, 3, 4, how many strikes?
Which one?
Well, one strike has been called off, so we were able to access the services that were deprived of for one day. But hey, come on, it's great to be here. We're going to make it happen. My name is Mike Mesekano. Let's get it going.
Now, there's plenty of talk on that one that we'll be talking about on the couch because I don't know whether they've called it off. But let's get on the couch.
Because yours is still off.
It's still off, honestly. In any case, let's let you guys know what we have for the show for a Thursday edition here. We begin with some massive birthday shout-outs. Yes, we'll be celebrating our viewers who were born in the month of August.
Right after that, we'll be having book chat. And the name of the book is Hope is Not a Strategy. Faith is not a business model. That's an interesting one. Some disruptive thoughts from our author for today for disruptive times.
Now, we will move on to our tech discussion for today, and we will be looking at using tech to improve security for your business with Zita Agwonobi, a corporate lawyer with over 16 years of experience in due diligence in managing corporate exposure to liabilities.
Now, Thursdays are also artsy. We have arts coming alive right here in the studio. We have a mini art exhibition with a sculptor who makes art pieces from clay, metals, and all things sculptable. Emmanuel Agbonkonkon is going to be right here with us later on. Yes, who remembers Konga?
What well did we pull him out of? That's interesting. Okay, I get to meet him. No, I think I've met him before, but it was a long time ago. Congratulations, Mike. They've called off your strike.
Which one?
Yeah, Tor. You reached to ask.
Yeah, so many of them, huh?
Yeah, I know, right? It's like we live in a time where strike is the expression people have to tell the government that things are not right, which is very unfortunate. Because I would like to think there are other options.
Just like I would have said autopilot, but I don't know. It's looking like we're just coasting.
Yeah.
But I have to say, a lot of people are, well, we are more pleased than upset that they've called off the strike.
We're talking about the electricity strike.
Yes, the electricity
workers, employees, rather.
It was alarming when we saw videos yesterday of them actually going into some rooms and turning machines off, I think somewhere in Abuja.
Oh, they're used to doing that. They just turn it off for fun. Like, click, click, click. When I don't get lights.
I don't know if that's exactly the way.
At night, those guys, when the light goes off, somebody's actually there. Just
somebody. Now we know.
I know. So I've always wondered, like, okay, so this light just so someone was just waiting and just said, okay, this time
don't reach.
Let me turn it off. Let me turn it back on. Let me turn it off. Let me turn it back on. I just want to I just want to mention here. So I am on this particular street where something happened and it's 2 phases. So one part of the street has one phase, and then so there are sometimes you're on the same street, your neighbor, you don't see like.
Very unnerving.
And then this is not the worst thing. The worst thing is that now the 2 different phases have 2 different people that have 2 alarms.
Oh.
And then Will be tied one particular day. They decided to play with the lights.
The alarms just go off.
It wasn't funny. It wasn't. I don't know what is the need. What is the use for that alarm that is so loud?
Some people can't tell when the light comes back, when the power is
And
back
does it
on.
have to be so loud?
You can reduce it, but it does depend on how distant the source of the board is from the.
They are extremely loud. There has to be.
Yeah.
I am trying to be reasonable. That there has to be a reason why the alarm is so loud. It is extremely loud. Forget distance. You can hear it and you know that it is what? You can hear 5, 6, 7 streets away.
So what I feel is that there should be some policies on noise pollution.
Yeah, true.
But let's talk about another type of, well, it's not really pollution, really. We're talking about the weather at this point.
Mike, let's be going.
No, don't go.
Welcome back, and this is the news. I'm Mazino Appeal. Now, we begin with development in the power sector, where yesterday electricity workers who were on strike say they have suspended their industrial action. Their decision to suspend the strike for 2 weeks was part of the outcome of an emergency meeting summoned by the Minister of Labour, Chris Ngige. At the end of the 3-hour-long meeting, the workers agreed to suspend the industrial action, which has thrown the country into a total blackout. The workers expressed optimism that government will listen to their voice of reasoning and prioritize their welfare and well-being.
The issues that we had, I thank the Honourable Minister and the Minister of State for Power for their maturity in handling these issues that were brought up. Yes, these issues could have been tackled earlier on if there was the rightful communication with all parties. But well, as we have said, we've been given 2 weeks to which to report back to the full House. Well, we assure the nation that such crisis will be nipped in the bud.
Now, still talking electricity matters, the management of Benin Electricity Distribution Company says the company has lost 750 million naira following controversy surrounding taking over of the operation of 5 discos across the country in 1 month. The managing director, Funke Oshibodu, who disclosed this in Benin, alleged that some ununiformed men forcefully broke into her office before she was taken to the State Police Command headquarters. According to her, the development may not be unconnected with the directive by the federal government for some distribution companies to be taken over. She further maintained that BEDC management is still in charge, adding that the operation of the disco management is yet to receive any official document mandating anyone to take over.
What they claim, why they came, was that, for the record, that I was trespassing in BEDC. They said trespass. By the record, to date, there is no official documentation written to the board of BEDC saying that they have been removed. All we heard was on the pages of newspapers. So I'm not trespassing. Any other party is the trespasser.
Now, residents of Lagos may soon be getting more access to medical facilities in the state. This is happening at a time the state government says it is strengthening its medical facilities by building modern health infrastructure to ensure that the project is completed with the required specifications. Commissioner for Health, Akin Abayomi, visited one of the facilities under construction at the Ojo local government area. Senior correspondent had that in camera. Moving on now, let's move on to some sports. And you're welcome back. It is time for Coffee Gist. Every time MM is on, there's always something very interesting that she whips out of her phone, and MM has one for today. What was that again you were talking about?
Oh, wow.
There is always something.
There is, actually.
Right. So this post resonated with me, and I thought it was going to also
Oh, see, it resonated with you, yes?
resonated with you as
good.
well.
Talk it.
Everyone can relate with it. And she said, that's the Twitter. Yeah, the handle, yeah. She said, work family is a myth. Just do your job
and go home.
I can't relate with it now. See, everybody. Almost everybody. I can't relate with it.
Why can't you relate
Let
with
Mike
it,
tell us. Let
Because
Mike.
work family is family.
Work family.
It's family.
Really?
It's more family than family.
I have something to say about
So I'm more family than family.
But this is it. You know, yeah, I saw it that it does resonate with a lot of people because I for one, I feel like this should be on the signpost somewhere, everywhere, at every workplace. Why? Not because of I think that. In fact, in a lot
Are you
of
with it
times,
or against it? That's what I'm trying to get.
I am with it a lot, 100. And why so? It is not. This is not saying that work family can become closer than even real family. Work family can even be family because you spend more time. But for me, I'm looking at it from the angle of work is priority.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's where I'm coming from. Do your job. That's
Can I
the
say
most
something on
important
that?
thing.
Let me piggyback on that. Now, I said something to you while we're having our makeup done. Yes, I do wear makeup. I said that having a family or work family is, there are two ways. It's a good thing and it's a bad thing. It's good for the job when you decide not to have a relationship, but it's bad for your mental health. I don't know if you agree with me. There is such a thing as waking up and saying, oh my God, I'm going back there. But if you wake up and you're glad to go to work, that's because you have a healthy relationship with everybody there, and that is a good work family. My personal experience is that this is the first place I've ever, and I stick by it, that I've ever had a good relationship with everybody and enjoyed coming here every single day. To the extent
Because you're a terrible person, that's why.
Yes. Thank you, Mike, for adding that.
You're a terrible person.
Thank you for adding that.
No, Mike.
Thank you.
Let me explain. Let me explain. So in the past, and in certain status that I was required to translate the boss's, what's it called? And so you had to put up that front. But I realized after getting here that it's not the best. That if you don't have a good relationship with people, no matter your status inside of an organization, you will hate coming to work every single day. So just have a good work relationship, have a work family. That's where I ended.
So you need to calculate how many hours you actually spend in the workplace every week and actually do a compare and contrast with how much time you spend with your family. Now, if it is not balanced, I would suggest trying to find a way to balance out how much time you're spending with your family because, yes, work has become family. Yes, in order to exist in the workplace happily and be productive, you need to have a good working relationship. But then it does mean that some things in the home might be lacking. And you might find out that you're more stressed out going home than coming to work. You do not want...
This thing to another
I'm taking it to another level.
I know where you're going. I know where you're going, but this is...
Some people become a bit too familiar in the workplace.
Stop at balance, and I agree with you.
Balance.
Stop at balance. Balance is very, very key here. Don't let your family suffer because
Read
you
that
have a
just
good
read that
work
thing one
relationship.
last time.
Well, okay, so here is my thoughts.
Work
right?
family
I'm
is
going to
a
write.
myth. Just
Work
do the job
family
and go
isn't
home.
just do the job and go home. I believe that you choose your family, right? I'm not a sticker to your family should be blood related. So yes, wherever you choose your family, if it's at work, if it's in the playground, if it's in the church, wherever you go to and you choose your family, family is family. You're the one who makes that.
Wait, sorry. Do we have good work family here?
I think we do.
We do?
I
want to give Mike a hug.
No, please.
He doesn't like it.
No, but the thing is, I see Mike as my brother. I see MM as my
Who's
sister.
your brother?
I see him as my uncle. I see him as my uncle, Mazino.
Don't use
family.
Don't use this topic to want to come and do Benny.
Bro, Mike, how far? What's going on?
Good. We've got more coming. It's only the beginning for Wake Up My Dear for Thursday edition.
What's that? Work family, kill you there.
You are welcome back. Now, this section is the book review or book chat. We have a very interesting young man here, Mr. Mfanabong Inyang. He's joining us to review his book titled Hope is Not a Strategy, Faith is Not a Business Model. A piece with some disruptive thoughts for us here on our book chat. You are welcome.
Thank you.
Mfanabong.
Thank you very much.
First off, we met before, kinda.
Yeah, kind of.
This is the first time we're meeting like face to face, but we've had conversations and
through other platforms, yes.
Yes, exactly. Well, it's good to finally meet you in person.
Thank you very much.
Interesting book here, and I must admit the psychology behind that
Yeah.
title for the book. Hope is not a strategy. Faith is not a business model. I can't separate it from the fact that you had a bit of gospel tinge on it.
Exactly.
In it. However, I would have picked up this book and not thought so. I would have thought that this guy's not going in that direction
Exactly.
at all. But you added very, very interesting facts that need to be known when it comes to arranging a business strategy or putting together a business and pushing it forward. But first off, what was your intention when you were putting this together? For whom was it directed?
So thank you very much, Mazino. Good morning, everyone. I believe Nigeria is due for a thinking class. We have the political class, we have the religious class, but I think we don't have a thinking class. So why do we do things? Well, that's how we've been doing it. No, why do we do things? People don't think like that. So the book is to give people critical thinking and perspective. Do you understand? So why I wrote that book, that's copywriting, by the way. So why I said hope is not a strategy. One of the things that's held us down is thinking. Slavery is not the chains. It's not the cell. It's the thinking. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I'm saying that hope is not a strategy. Ego better. Is it one of the scams of Nigeria? Ego better. What is ego better? How is it going to better? What are you going to do to get better? This Q Sarah, what will be will be. There's no active participation to make it better. Nigeria will better. Are you going to vote? No. So what is it going to better? What are you going to do about it? So we outsource we have a dependency syndrome where we outsource our thinking, outsource our responsibility.
To Jesus.
To Jesus, or to Muhammad, or to Buddhist, or whatever we believe in.
Exactly.
Do you understand? We believe that, well, God has got Kendrick Lamar. God has got me. We're going to be all right. You know what I'm saying?
I like this guy.
But I'm like, no. Don't walk that way. God really gave you the earth. You're waiting for God. God is waiting for you. So God said, let them have dominion. That's on you, man.
Yeah.
So if you have bad governance, that's on you. That's your L. Take it in peace.
He points the directions you have to go.
That's on you, man. So, oh, God, no. So I'm like, so we have too much religion, but we don't have a lot of development. How is that? So I will get to the part where I say that prayer is not a master key.
Interesting, man. Your energy this morning is
not
very disruptive.
Yeah.
Love it. Now, my best chapter, paragraph here was from this chapter 6. Do the needful. You cross that out and say seedful. Now, he says here, I particularly love the creation story. Was this the one I was going to read? No, this wasn't the one I was going to read. But why did you say seedful instead of needful in any case? Okay, so we do the needful. What is the needful? We don't ask questions. Like I said, our education system trained us to internalize, not interrogate. This was before TVC came here. This was a piece of land, right? TVC did the needful. So this became a television station, became a radio station, right? So people don't pay you to come and see your land. They pay you to come on your TV. Well, this is the real estate. Yeah. So the real estate was the seed for the TV station. Yeah. So you added value to it. Value is not sleeping in your house. Sorry, laziness is not sleeping in your house. That's foolishness. Laziness is that you don't add value to things. We sell cocoa, but you buy chocolate. You sell crude oil, but you buy refined. That's laziness. Bible says the lazy man does not root what he took in hunting, does not add value. This cloth does not have value until I gave it to my tailor. He added value. So value add is why Americans look like they are gods, because they create. That's what makes you a god, not title, not bishop. The beginning, God created. So until you create, you're not a god. Wow, man. This is very interesting. It's a totally different perspective from talking to you from when I'm reading. Exactly. It's really, really interesting. When I speak, I can see that. Yeah, now I'm actually putting that into everything that I read from before. And I'm like, okay, now I get why he's writing this way. Now, serendipity is another chapter I liked. And this was the one I wanted to read from before. Let me read this. It says, success is not a straight line. The biggest mistake we make is that we want to figure everything out before executing our ideas. Exactly. We don't become great, then we start. We start, then we become great. That was powerful. One of the things we should fight is inertia, the fear of actually starting out. That is, like you have just explained, actually the biggest thing holding back most Nigerians. Can I do this? I want to do it. I'm going to do it maybe tomorrow. Fear of failure. Exactly. I'm not ready yet. Do I have all the structures in place? Exactly. What are the challenges? We're looking at challenges instead of looking at results. Exactly. So that's very interesting, and I love it. Perspective comes in. It's your perspective. The problem is not the problem. The problem is how you see the problem. That's not the problem. Oh, no. TVC was not always like this. I'm a big fan of TVC. It wasn't always like this. Evolution. You can only have ideas when you start on something. You know what? You can do it better. But you can't do it better if you're not doing it. Oh, let me change direction. That means you're already in motion. You can't change direction from your house. You're on the car. Oh, I missed my way. That means you're in motion, right? So we are always afraid of failure because our society does not. They are very vindictive with failure. Explain that, please. Society is vindictive with failure. You didn't pass your wire, you are stupid. Oh, wow.
Do you understand?
I get it now.
They shame you. Oh, you failed. Your business, you failed. So you're a failure. You're always going to be. This is how you used to do. So they reinforce the stereotype that you should be perfect. So everybody's looking for the safe way so that I will not fail, so that they will not blame me, so that they will not, they does not exist. They is in your head. They. I'm like, no, I'm not sorry. You're not paying my bill. So why is your opinion counting? Exactly. My bill is, you know my bill? You don't pay my bill. So why should I for your validation? You don't validate me. That's what slaves used to do. They wait for their masters to validate them. They say, oh, I says it's a disruptive thinking.
So
like,
I see it now. This
be
book
afraid
is
to fail.
This book is written for you to simply just take off that shackle in your head.
It's not to give you make you 1 million. This is not the book to
it's not a motivational book.
You're not going to, this is not Aspire to Maguire, guys.
Nah.
You understand? You're not going to make 1 million after reading my book. It's not a business. There's no magic in the book. If I can shift your shifting, if I can shift your thinking, I've done my job.
Oh.
Because the thinking is the basics. As a man thinks. Once I can shift your thinking, everything is, there's no, I don't need to, if I hand you $1 million, you waste it because your thinking is flawed. In this country, we used to say, oh, money is not the problem, but how to spend it. Look at where we are. Should have been a superpower. But there was no thinking. Resources without strategy will lead to poverty. In our case, multidimensional poverty. People are not thinking. We have leaders who don't think. They just wake up, money is not the problem. We spend it. Here we are, China.
Help us every single time.
China, God,
I wanted to say this. Now I walked into the studio this morning and I see this man in a suit sitting in the corner, all darling, no darling and everything, just being really nice and humble. And I didn't know that you had all of this energy, and even the book doesn't do justice to.
That's why I have to be on TV. Exactly.
Maybe you should have your own show here on TVC, perhaps. But something very interesting. The way you started the book. You started the book with a prayer. Yeah. You started the book with a prayer and also ended it with a prayer. Now, it isn't a real, like a prayer.
Exactly.
It is a very interesting take on the way you wanted people to view the book as they go into reading it. And how you wanted them to come out of the book after they're done reading it. Now, that was strategy in itself. Very, very interesting. Now, I don't want you to go off now. I'm just, because I'm trying to end this session. So calm down, Funabong. Calm down.
Calming down.
But tell us exactly why you did that and how we can gain from the embodiment that is now this book. Very short.
Okay, so when I say opening prayer, I'm saying that prayer is a great thing, right? I'm a person of faith, but prayer is not the master key.
Exactly.
Do you understand? If prayer was the master key, Africa would be the most developed. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because prayer is good, but it's not the master key. It's one of the keys to the kingdom, but not so. But we focus on all our prayer. We have churches, we have mosques, we are praying. We are praying 5 times a day. But China, 5-year-olds are making toys in China. And you'll buy it. So the person that creates is a God. You don't create. You don't produce. Anybody that creates is a God. In the beginning, God created. So being like God is not having 2 eyes and 2 ears. It's being the nature, the manifestations of God. Do you understand? It's not having 2 ears. That's Sunday school. This is calculus.
Preach! All right.
That's calculus.
Listen, man, this has got to be one of the most exciting book reviews I've ever had. Thank you very much for coming. Everybody is just standing.
You need to get the book.
And looking and like, Mike is jealous.
Story of my life. But I'm very innocent until I start to talk.
You are indeed. Thank you for the bong.
You're welcome.
I can't wait to, tell people about this.
Definitely.
Also read other stuff that you
Definitely. I have like 3 other folks.
That's fantastic. I'm definitely going to be reading that. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Enjoyed this.
Thank you for having me.
Now, do stay tuned. We've got more coming. I think MM is in the kitchen. MM, do you want to do the book chat or do you want to cook? Make up your mind.
You know what? I think I'd like Funabong to join us here in the
Unfortunately so.
Oh, wow, that was very insightful. Well done, Ufan, well done. Right here in the kitchen, according to Funabong's books and his depiction of what God is, our God today in the kitchen is Chef Tade. And he's going to be creating a scintillating meal that's going to wow us here in the kitchen this morning. Hey, Titi is plugged in so November. So, yes, we are making potato jackets in the kitchen this morning. And Chef Tade, talk about the ingredients for our meal.
Very good morning. I have potatoes, Irish potatoes, spring onions itself, tomato, pepper, jalapeno, and minced beef.
Okay.
With vegetable oil.
And our vegetable oil.
Yeah.
Great. Now, if you missed all the ingredients earlier on, right there, it was right there just a second ago on your screens. We'll run it again, obviously. So now, what's the process for
the meal?
Actually, the process is to bake.
Ooh, okay. Potatoes. Okay.
So when we bake, we open it up. Just press on the hands, and it will open.
Okay.
You either stuff it or you fill it.
Now let's talk about the fillings. Yeah. What fillings are we?
I will use this.
The mincemeat. Yeah. Okay. And then what else is going into the filling?
Definitely all this will go into.
What are we doing? Are we blending? Are we chopping?
No, I will chop.
Okay. Chop. And what are we, of course it's going to go through the heat.
Yes,
so just talk us through the process with the heat. What are we doing?
I'll heat up my
once we're done?
Heat up my hull, dice this into it.
Okay.
Fry it little.
Okay.
Then add
all of this in. Okay, so it's more like making a minced beef sauce.
Yes.
And then we bake our Irish potatoes and then fill them in. And we're doing this with the skin, right?
Yes, with the skin.
Remember, guys, that Irish potatoes are very rich in nutrients, especially the skin. They're packing, guys. They're packing. Do not feel the need to want to scrape it out. They're very healthy as well. Yeah, so let's get cooking, right?
Right, I'll have to wash this. Once I wash, then I'll transfer into my hair first.
All right, great. We are making potato jackets, people, with me in the kitchen this morning, creating this delicious meal that we're about to, taste in a bit is Chef Tade. Yes, and he's washing up the Irish potatoes, making sure that, they're clean and they're healthy, because we're going to be having them with the skin on the potatoes, and then we need to bake them, right?
Yeah, sure.
Right, great. Okay, so while we'll do that in a bit, so can we start chopping our tomatoes and peppers that we're going to use for our minced beef? Right. If you missed out on the ingredients, they're going to come on your screen in a bit. We're having onions, spring onions, tomatoes, pepper. We have our habanero pepper here, and we have our vegetable oil and our minced beef. It's right there on your screen. So the aluminum foil is obviously for the baking, and we're going to be using our air fryer. We're going to plug it in a bit, and we're going to start baking. We have to go on a quick break now, people. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Stay with us.
Thank you for staying with us. Now it's Thursday and time to move on to our tech discussion. Now today we're looking at something quite interesting. You really need to pay attention to this one. Using technology to improve security for your business and also your person. Zita Agunobi is our guest today, a corporate lawyer with over 16 years of experience in due diligence and managing corporate exposure to liabilities. It's great to have you. You're welcome. Pleasure. Now the first question, my producer even asked the question, how is it so much that a lawyer who's as vastly experienced as you are is talking tech this morning? How so? How did you move from law to tech? Was tech always there?
Yes, absolutely. So who else does due diligence better than a lawyer? iVerify is a due diligence platform that enables businesses, enables users to access verified and proven identity. So they're able to secure their businesses better. They're able to know who really are they dealing with. So you need the likes of the KYC, the KYV, that's know your customer, know your vendor. So the customer due diligence, the enhanced due diligence, that's what iVerify represents.
So how did you, what was the need you decided to meet as getting into tech?
iVerify is a story. Our innovation is a story that was birthed from our experiences on the legal journey. I had journaled about 257 personal experiences bordering on KYC, bordering on onboarding crisis, identity mix, data fraud, and all of those.
Can you break this down a little bit so that the layman there can understand what exactly were the challenges that you met?
Okay, so for example, my sister recruits a domestic employee who leaves 48 hours after resumption in her house with all her jewelries, and the domestic employee and all of the data associated with her could not be traced to any place.
Okay.
They were non-existent, they were not known. She was not known in the addresses she provided. She was not known with all the references and guarantors that were associated with her, and that was it. Till today, every jewelry of my sister that she had went down the drain. I also had some personal cases where my friend's investment, stock investment, was also diverted to some other person cloned her account with her name, with everything about her, and was able to divert her dividends in her name and was able to cash it out. And so those were real cases that I was involved in, legally, followed it straight from start to finish with the prosecution and all of that. And you know, at a point I said to myself, what is going on? Why is it that you don't have an institution that sort of gives you an idea into who this person is?
Yes, getting to know who this person is. Do we have a database because a domestic help, for instance, like the situation you mentioned, can I go and check on the domestic, on the help and see maybe her biometrics or something? Is there a database that somebody can access in this case scenario?
So prior to iVerify, no.
Okay.
But with the birth of iVerify, yes. You are able to verify who you're dealing with. You're able to associate the ID validation, put a few things across, like the record match, the data cross-referencing, and you're able to build one single identity for this particular person holistically, not just relying on the digital ID that has been provided, but also matching the digital ID with every other information that is associated with that person to give that person an iVerify unique identity.
So now this is something. Now we've had cases that had to do with fraud, and a lot of this, you know, especially due to the kind of reputation that we have as Nigerians, you know, outside the country and all of that, with such cases and all of that. Putting together, collating a database has been quite a problem. How have you been able to get that database that you are talking about?
Partnerships.
Okay.
Collaboration. So currently iVerify operates in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Kenya, in South Africa, in Uganda. And these are done through partnerships with government, partnership with the non-government establishment, and all the authorities where these databases are domiciled. So you are able to access them via our API. Within 20 seconds, you're able to get the information that you need.
About any person you are trying to employ or any business you are trying to get into?
Any person, right? So you have the KYC, which is know your customer or know your employee or know who you're dealing with. Then you have the KYV, that's know your vendor, that covers know your business, know your supplier, know your company. That's a different bucket on its own. So, but anything that has to do with relationship, who you're dealing with, you want to know that person, you want to prove that identity. That's what iVerify does for you. Wow,
this is identity fraud. That's something that we see quite a lot of people using and all of that. So you mentioned the case of your sister. Can you give me a solution that you have provided through what you do?
So it's called a holistic identity. I verify unique identity.
Okay.
So for the likes of the domestic employee, for instance, when a domestic employee comes to you and you collect all of the data that you have collected, we don't get involved in it. You put.
So you don't have a database of those people that.
No, we don't.
Okay, you don't.
Yes,
okay.
Except those that have been verified.
Okay, all right.
So you collect those data, then you make it available to iVerify. Say, check this person out. These are the information that we have that has been presented. We want to find out if these information are consistent with what's on record. So we go ahead and do the due diligence with our partners and all the stakeholders involved, and we're able to give you a holistic picture of who you're dealing with. You're able to make better decision, better hiring decision based on merit, rather than the strength of one's ability, but on the merit of one's identity.
All right, thank you so much. This is quite enlightening, and I hope that people out there can, get to understand that yes, we can use technology to, to ensure that we verify, so that things we can always, if something does happen, we can always get back to it.
With a click.
Well done, well done. Wishing you the best.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so that's it. We'll be able to pick something. Then I'll head over to the kitchen. So still there. What's up? What are you guys doing?
Oh, wow. I just learned something new right here with Chef Tade. I was a bit carried away, to be honest. We are making potato jackets, and he just taught me something very interesting about your tomatoes. You want to say that again?
Yeah, sure.
So I asked why he was taking off the inner part of the tomatoes. That's where the seeds are.
Sure.
And then he said that they actually contain, go ahead.
Yeah, that's the watery part.
Yeah, of
so
the
if you blend it, it makes whatsoever you're making soggy.
Okay.
So if you, in case you want to make a sauce and you don't want it soggy,
you just take it out and then just chop off the other part of it. Nice, well done. Chef Tade is making potato jackets, and let's run through the ingredients quickly and where we're at right now.
All right, we have onions, tomatoes, pepper, and minced beef.
Okay.
with spring onions.
Okay.
Then we have our oil.
And our vegetable oil. We're going to begin making our sauce in a bit. That's the filling for the potatoes. If you're watching right now, you're wondering where are the Irish potatoes? They're actually in the air fryer. They're baking. So there's something interesting you did with the potatoes before you put them in the air fryer.
Yeah.
You want to tell us that? Tell us.
Sure. I used foil.
That's foil paper.
Yes, to wrap it. That will allow you to bake. You know, I'm making use of
the air fryer.
So it will allow you to bake, to cook. If I put it into it like that, it will get dry.
Oh.
And that will give
the
result.
Okay, so the foil paper actually helps retain the moisture.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Great. So when that is ready and we take it out, what do we do next with it?
Then it's ready.
Okay.
Then we just stuff it with whatever.
Stuff it with the fillet, and that's it. And it's ready to eat.
Yeah, ready
you see, this is a very, very easy recipe. The kids are absolutely going to love this. I know the Irish potatoes are pretty pricey right now, but hey, it's not every time that you buy Irish potatoes. Sometimes you just buy it. It's something that you can have often, and the kids are really going to enjoy it. Plus, it is really healthy, guys. If you missed out on the ingredients earlier on, they're right there on your screen. We have our Irish potatoes, which is the main ingredients we are making use of. They're actually called potato jackets. That's what we are making, right? And they're baking right now. We have our vegetables, tomato, onions, pepper, and our spring onions, of course. And so we are making our fillings at the moment. As you can see, we're frying up our tomatoes and onions, getting them ready for our filling, and we're going to put. At what point do we put in the minced beef?
Minced beef. Well, I will allow it to get to dry off,
and
then I can add.
And then you put in, and then I noticed you're not using any seasoning.
No, I won't use any seasoning. I can only add salt.
Okay, just a bit of salt. Right. Pretty healthy recipe, guys. If you're on a fit farm journey, this is for you. We have to go on a quick break now, people. It's the top of the hour. Pretty excited, are you? Stay tuned for more. We'll be right back. Every first hour on the show, we tell you how important it is for you to begin your show with us.
Yeah, absolutely. What would you do without us? I'm joking. But every second and hour, we tell you what you stand to lose if you don't keep it locked here with us on Wake Up Nigeria.
Quite a bit, actually. Now, if you enjoyed the first hour, imagine what we're going to be serving over the next 45 minutes.
Oh, yes, you don't have to imagine. Hey, a perfect description would be, what we're going to be giving to you. And especially that our chef is whipping up something that's really smelling very good. What is that smell?
I know, right? I know. Even I am in awe of all the magic that's happening here in the kitchen. Chef Tade is hard at work. We have our baked potatoes in the air fryer. Everything is going nice and easy, and I'm loving it. Well done, Chef Tade. Well done.
Hey, we can't wait to have a taste. Honestly, it's really good.
Gonna be good.
In any case, thank you for joining us this hour here. My name is Mazino Appeal.
And I'm Titilaya Oyinson. Just remember, you can always stream the show live on tvcentertainment.tv. That's our website. And, of course, on Facebook at TVC Connect. We're also on GOTV Channel 27 and UHF Channel 49.
Remember that the TVC app remains available for download on both the Android and iOS stores, and catch up with old episodes on YouTube and also tvcentertainment.tv.
There's something about Thursdays that just makes me feel colorful. Yeah. You know, I know it's quarter to the weekend.
Yeah, it's the new Friday.
We have an art display coming your way in a bit this Thursday. We have Emmanuel Agbokonkon. He is going to be joining us for a mini art exhibition. He's a sculptor, makes art pieces from clay, metals, and anything sculptable, and we can't wait to see it.
Welcome back. Second hour here. This is the news. My name is Mazino Appeal. Now, the presidential candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, paid a courtesy visit to former President Olusegun Obasanjo at his presidential library Hilltop residence in Abeokuta yesterday. Both leaders afterwards held a closed-door meeting which lasted for more than 2 hours before the APC presidential candidate left for the Artisan Day event held at the MKO Abiola Stadium, Kuto, Abeokuta. Kazim Olowe reports.
It was designed to be a private visit by the presidential candidate of the All Progressives Congress, Asiwaju Bola Tinubu, to former President Olusegun Obasanjo, who is now an elder statesman. But the situation changed at the OOPL as party supporters stormed the venue of the meeting to show their love for him. He was accompanied to the meeting by Speaker Femi Gbajabiamila, PC Akonde, Malam Nuhu Ribadu, the governor of the state, Dapo Abiodun, former Governor Segun Oshoba, Benga Daniel, and other notable leaders of the party. He was warmly welcomed by the former president, who took him and those on his entourage to the inner hall. Journalists were prevented from the meeting, which lasted for more than 2 hours, and sources within the meeting say it was a cordial one, as the APC candidate had his lunch at Obasanjo's place. Asiwaju Bola Tinubu and his team later proceeded to the MKO Abiola Stadium, where artisans in the state celebrated their day. He noted that he was not in the state to campaign, but to just greet and pray for them to be successful in their endeavors.
And we are glad with all the support that you are giving. The campaign is not started yet. I'm just here to greet you, say hello, and God bless you. God bless Ogun State. God bless Nigeria. God bless your children. All of you. Thank you.
His visit to Ogun State, though not planned to be an elaborate one, turned massive, and many residents, associations, and groups expressed their love for him. Kazim Olowe, TVC News, Abeokuta.
Well, thank you very much. And that's as much as we can take inside the news for this hour. Do stay tuned here on Wake Up Nigeria. We've got more coming your way.
Welcome back. You're still on to Wake Up Nigeria. Now, what comes to mind when you hear Miss Intelligence reality TV show? We have Victor Otabo, who is the group head strategy, Renate Communications Limited, and Philos Osubo. He is the MD of Renate Communications as well. And they're here to talk about the Miss Intelligence reality TV show. You're welcome.
Great to be here.
Great to have you. Good morning.
How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Now, there's so many reality TV shows that focus on beauty, that focus on strength, but we're having one that's focused on your intellect. That's quite a new one. So tell us more about it. Let's hear from Mr. Phileas.
Thank you so much. Nice to be here. This is unique in the sense that it's targeted towards propelling the girl child.
Okay.
For people within the ages of 18 and 35. Now, the idea is we want to be able to identify our young youths,
okay,
who are writing their stories, who are creating different ideas, who are authors of their own imaginations and all that, and will help them to take it to the next level. Okay. So what you find is a situation where you look at the people within this class of people, I mean this range
age
of
people,
age group,
that you've given,
and then they are to enlist in our open bid, and then they register. We are going to do some auditioning, and then for some criteria that is going to be deployed, we identify about between 25 and 30 people, house them somewhere in Abuja, and then they are going to now go through series of exercises. But first of all, we want to, what makes them eligible? What have they done? What are they doing? What ideas do they have? So we now have people who are going to train them, brush them up. Eventually, they will come out better, and then they will make names for themselves.
Okay.
If you imagine that the first Miss Nigeria is Madam Grace Oyelude, that goes down in history for a long time. We still have people who have made names, like Chimamanda Adichie. We need people who have intellect, those who are just want to challenge
you just want to
their
test
intelligence.
them. Fantastic. Now, you're the group head of strategy, for the organization. Now, let's talk about your strategy for, this competition. What do you have planned for these contestants?
Okay, first of all, I think the basic thing here is the gender agenda.
Gender agenda.
Yeah, for the female folks. Okay. And we're looking at, like the MD said, 15 to 35. We're not only looking at the intelligence, we're also creating what we call empowerment. We're also creating future leaders. We're also looking at a situation where these girls are not just, normal beauties. There's a brain around.
Well, you're saying that beauty is, are you saying that beauty is part of the criteria for the competition?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Not necessarily.
Okay.
We have to have good looks. Please.
Okay.
We know there are good looks and there are looks. We have to have good looks. Unfortunately for us, what we have discovered in the last couple of days, where the entries have been flowing in, is that a couple of these girls are highly skilled. A lot of them are sending their profile, their videos, and we have seen amazing stuff these girls are doing. Okay. We have also seen that some of them are actually graduates. Some of them are first-class degree holders. Some of them are doing their own bits, small-scale industries and the rest. So we want to encourage that. We also want to use this to also promote the girl-child issue, where we feel that the girl child is also as important as the male gender. Now, the issue on ground for us is that, like the MD said, we have decided that let's take them away from the hustle and bustle of the environment, take them to a very secluded, secure place in Abuja. Okay. Put them there for like 7 days before the grand finale, which is coming up on the 18th of September, is Sunday. And on that very day, the grand winner is going home with 1 million naira, a branded car, and exclusive right to appear in SRTV magazines. The second prize is 500,000 naira. Exclusive gifts comes along with it, and the third prize is 300,000 naira. Now, SRTV, which is our partner, is in the UK, has an online media station where we're going to stream. We're also in partnership with NTA Abuja.
Okay, so the idea is there are different platforms that you're going to use in, propagating or promoting the winner and the competition as well. Okay, thank you so much. This has been very insightful. I'm sure that, a lot of people, a lot of young girls who want to be a part of this competition would definitely reach out to you. We would share some of those details later on. We have to go on a quick break now, people. Wake Up Nigeria continues in a bit. Stay with us.
It's Thursday, and we have to do art display. Emmanuel Agbokonkon is here, and it's a mini art exhibition. You smiled when I called your son. Did I pronounce it well or not?
No.
Okay, pronounce it yourself.
Emmanuel Agbokonkon.
Let's just leave it there. Emmanuel, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Let's get straight to it. There's this beautiful piece of artwork that I can see here. What is it called, first of all? What's the title of this piece?
Beauty of Resilience.
Beauty of Resilience.
Yeah.
I like that. Talk to me. Run me through this artwork. What was the mindset behind creating this, and what is it all about?
Okay, it's a post-COVID piece. Because one of the things that you notice is that she's wearing a golden nose mask.
Okay.
It tries to capture a particular era or a period. Because, art, basically, my art, what I try to do is paint pictures or give you images of what was, what is, what could be, or what is to come. Whoa. So there are different pieces that can represent these things. So, for example, like the period that we are in presently, why it's post-COVID is because during that era, during that period, there was a very, very huge attack on the human nature, on being able to be social. Man is a very, very social being. So there was this break apart. Now, to be able to go past that, different measures were coming up to try to still have that same environment, but precautionary measures. The vaccine, the nose masks, and everything. Yes. So even in that,
of resilience.
Yes, even that environment, because of the precautions which are taken, we can still have a normal life. We can still live a normal life. We can still be sociable. We can still enjoy ourselves, but just taking precautions for what is on ground, because it's not going anywhere. So because it's not going anywhere doesn't mean we can actually end being joyful. We can actually end being able to express ourselves, being able to go for a party and dance, being able to hang out with friends, being able to do anything. You can still be as social as possible just because there are precautions that have been taken to prevent.
Yeah, prevent all of that.
Prevented. Yeah.
What classification? Where would you classify this type of art Is it a sculpture or what, how would you classify it?
Sculpture. It's a metal sculpture.
Metal sculpture.
Stainless steel.
Wonderful. Now, the one that I can see a little bit behind me is a beautiful masterpiece. What is it, Taja? What is it depicting?
Okay, it's life by the waterside. Yes, it's a reflection or a picture of life by the water. You know, there are a lot of places around the country, even outside the country, where you see settlements above water. And these places, a lot of times, there are no dependence. There's no dependency on the government. There's no roads. Everybody's they do the plannings on their own.
Okay.
The roads are structured in such a way that the buildings are put on in ways where their canoes are able to move around on their own. So there's this life completely different from the normal day-to-day activities you get up. There's no bus we are going to take.
You see, I love, let's see that on the screen again. I love, if you look at the screen here, I love the blue background. Incidentally, we have a blue light behind. It now gives you that water.
Yes.
And then the white roofs, this is beautiful. You have to put this wherever you are on the blue background. Emmanuel, this is lovely. This is lovely. And all of this, you made it via metal?
Yes.
This is metal.
Every part of it is metal.
You know, now, how long would it take you to commission to put that together? What's the average?
Okay, average. Because what happened is I started, then I stopped for a while.
Okay.
And continued again.
Okay, but in the process of the work, what's the time frame? Did you have work hours?
Yes. The time frame for that particular work, outside the period of stopping,
yes.
Altogether, it would take about 3 weeks to 1 month.
3 weeks to 1 month. Beautiful, beautiful. I just want to round up with this one here. How is the appreciation for your artwork? Because I know as a country, it's not every sector of our country that appreciates art. I mean, some people put that it's too expensive, but we know that good art is expensive. How appreciated do you think your artwork is?
Now, okay, first of all, in the area where we are located, in Nigeria, one of the challenges, because of the economic situation, there is a particular mindset or mentality you have to get past to be able to properly appreciate art.
Okay.
Yes. A person who is having challenges with trying to be fed or pay fees or whatever, you need to be able to get past that level of thinking before you can because there are a lot of things you can't completely, you can appreciate it from a distance. Yes, it's fine because there is you can do art for art's sake, and there's art for whatever function it can actually serve. So in appreciation, like you said, there are places where it's appreciated. There's a lot of appreciation coming in. Yeah, but for specific locations where there may still be a lot of predominant economic challenges, it may be a little bit difficult. You may not be able to get as much appreciation as you would from some other places.
And this is beautiful. This is us encouraging you and tell you that keep at it and see you at the top, man. Well done, well done. I hope you're able to pick up something from that. Beautiful artworks. I can see beauty of resilience just beside me here. Quite a lot of wonderful stuff, but don't go anywhere. We will take a short break and we'll be right back.
That's a golden oldie right
now,
there.
there are no two people equipped enough to actually be having this interview than the two of us because, I mean, first off, we were on radio in that era.
When those songs were.
So we would like to introduce you guys all over again. Joining us right now for this very interesting conversation, Nigerian singer, rapper, songwriter, and also producer who began his music career as a child on the streets of Ebute Meta. Not Ebute Meta,
No.
Ebute Meta.
Yes.
Now, of course, everybody knows his viral song, Baby Conga, and it captured the hearts of Nigerians across Nigeria, every single place, and that was the first time I met him, all the way in Abuja, more than 10 years ago. You are welcome. Good to have you in the studio now.
Yeah. In the spirit of Throwback Thursday.
Yes, so.
Conga! Welcome.
Wow. First off, you're looking so dapper. As in, what's the occasion, man? Are you getting married or something?
I don't know. You're the second person to ask me that.
but where have you been, man? It's been quite a while. It's refreshing to see you now, see you here again. But where have you been all this while?
Well, I've been everywhere. I've been here and there. I've been working, traveling, you know, answering my people's calls, you know.
So I see you once in a while on social media, on Twitter, you know, pop up with some events here and there. You still perform.
Of course.
To perform. The response to your music back then, was it a surprise to you? Did you see it coming?
It's a surprise to me because, before it used to be a street freestyling, from stage to stage, battling, rap battles and all of that. And all of a sudden, people started calling me, yo, we had your song in Alaba mixtape. I'm on, you don't blow, this one, that. All my friends were all up on me, then the first performance on stage, performing Baby Conga, that's one of these bigger shows and platforms, going on stage, see the way people,
received
it was big. I mean, first off, people don't recognize or understand the magnitude of the fact that you are one of the first, let's say first, to go into indigenous rap. I mean, with the Greens and a few others. How much of a weight do you feel on your shoulder noting that you were responsible for that culture? I mean, we have the Olamides now and the rest of them, but compared to what you guys founded, it should be quite a responsibility. How do you carry that responsibility?
To be honest with you, it's not that easy. But then, one of the things that I'm happy about, majorly, it's seeing the new age, the new guys doing most of my lyrics or flows that I've done over the years, or them, trying to mimic what I do, trying to emulate what we've done in the past, really makes me super excited.
Yeah, it should, man.
That we've done something remarkable and all of that.
I want to touch on your connection with other people in the industry that were of your, what's that word? Of your age.
Era.
Your era, exactly. That's the word I'm looking for. Do you feel like there's something more you guys could have done together to help boost the industry?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, well, the industry before was not organized, to be honest with you, but now the digital age has made us understand that we need each other. So. To be honest with you, like a lot of us are doing well individually over the years, and now that the digital age is, it's making us understand that, we can do a lot together. To be honest.
True. Very true. Now you're doing something new now, aren't you?
Yeah, of course.
What is it exactly?
I am recording a brand new album, another new album. I dropped one album last year. That's Haywall, Absence Without Official Leave.
Yeah, true, because that's what happened.
Yeah, so Absence Without Official Leave, and that's like the response to what's your first question. Where have I been and all of that. So Haywall album is 14-track album, and features a whole lot of your favorite artists.
Okay.
Yeah, like Maidy's on them, Slim Case, Mr. Real, Ido West, Durella, a lot of guys on the album. A lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's a song that came out about 3 months ago.
Yeah. Off the Haywall album, that's Sorrow. Yeah, I just dropped that brand new video shot by Avalon Oakley.
Okay, all right.
Interesting. I think we're going to take...
okay, that was a bit much for breakfast.
Well, it's good that you haven't lost it. I can still hear that flow that we enjoyed from back in the day.
Yeah.
That staccato type rap. I don't know if it has a specific name. And it's very interesting to see how music has actually evolved from founders to up onto what it is now. There's a certain thing that I find very unique in music of today, especially the past 6 months, 7 months, or maybe 12 months, a year. People are going into, I think music is evolving, and people are going into this form of music where you gather everybody in the studio and everybody sings stadium music.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you noticed that? What do you think about it?
I think it's a good thing. It's a good innovation for we understanding music in different aspects. There are different genres of sound. Like, for example, when I wanted to record Kaba Kaba, I did Baby Conga and was everywhere in the whole world. But the point is, when I traveled, I have a show in UK. On getting there, I saw this type of sound they're doing.
Different culture.
And I was like, damn. I'm like, Then I got this inspiration, like, okay, you know what? I'm coming back home to come and do some street garage sound. And boom, I had to call that Green. I called Remy Aluko, infuse a Fuji type of thing, and call that Green to come, you know, funkify it. And today was a big bang.
What do you think music, indigenous rap, would have been like if we still had that Green?
It would have been super interesting, man. Super, super, super hot. But then God has
his reasons.
So I mean.
You know, I've always been interested in seeing, you know, the differences in the types of music of before and now. Do you think there's ever going to be a comeback to that scat music? So there were people like you, then Idris Abdul Karim also used to have that kind of scat music. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And do you think that's ever going to come back? Or do you think it's gone?
Like I said before, you know, I'm super excited, like a lot of artists, Tigilanga, Konga, a lot of them are doing it. Most artists, Konga saw this one and all of that. It's because because of the piracy world makes most of us lean back a little bit. But now, I'm going all.
We're all out
right now.
We're outside. We're outside.
Right, so trust me, it's back, and it's gonna be bigger than ever. One of the exciting thing I do on this brand new album, I am able to explore myself, express myself, because a lot of fans will come to me and say, come, we did love your biggity, but can you do a song that we can sing along?
Tell you what, Konga, let's check out that video, because we need to get you inside of the kitchen, and then perhaps we'll continue this.
So that I'll come and go and chop.
Yeah, exactly. Let's do that video. We'll be back in just a bit, and we'll have Konga inside the kitchen with us.
Nice jam there.
Thank you.
Fresh and new. Lovely. Welcome to the kitchen. This is Chef Tade, and this morning he's made for you potato jackets.
Jackets.
Potatoes, yes. As you can see,
all right, go ahead.
So quickly, I would like
go
to
ahead.
take one
go
and
ahead.
have a taste.
Okay, I should have it.
All right, have a taste, have a taste.
Should I chop everything or?
Now, just take a bite right now.
Use your hand as well.
I can use my hand.
All right.
That'll be fine.
All right.
The aroma alone. No worry, Mogo
chicken. Into that, you can see there's tomatoes, onions, pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's mince as well.
Okay, let me see.
Okay, so we really need you to have a taste right now. But at this point, we're going to be saying our thank yous to everyone who's been part of the show today. It's been a great show.
Quickly,
what do you think?
Like it? Love it?
All right. Before he breaks into rap, we are wrapping up the show, y'all. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
7 a.m. tomorrow morning, guys. Bye.